Hey everyone, in this video we're going to talk about discrete versus continuous numerical data types. So numerical data falls into two different categories based on what possible values that variable could take on. So I want to think about this, visualize it using a number line. An example of discrete data would be the number of siblings someone has. So someone might have no siblings, somebody might have 2, somebody might have 5, somebody might have 25, but this is always going to be a whole number. Nobody's going to have 1.5 siblings or 2.78 siblings. That's not going to happen with discrete data. Discrete data is often whole numbers, although it doesn't have to be whole numbers. So for example, shoe size is a discrete variable because you could have size 4 shoes or size 5 shoes or size 4.5 sometimes, but there's nothing in between. So discrete data has specific possible values and it's not a range of possible values. The most frequent type of discrete data is a count. So that could be number of siblings, it could be the number of students in a class, a population value. Those type of things are always going to be whole numbers, so they will be discrete. Continuous data is data that could take on any possible value in a range of values. So for example, if we measured the length of a person's pinky in inches, I don't know what kind of range we have here, maybe somewhere between 2 and 4 inches or something like that, right? There's going to be some range of possible values, and we could extend that if we want to think about possible outliers. But those lengths could take on any number in that range. So your pinky doesn't have to be 2 inches or 3 inches. It could be 2.1689 inches or something like that. So any number, for example, between 2 and 3 would be a possible value. Now I do want to emphasize the possible value here because we don't have to have every possible value, and in fact we won't with continuous data because there's an infinite number of possibilities in any range on the number line. But these are going to tend to be measurement types of variables. So that could be a length, it could be the wait time for a bus in minutes, right? Maybe I'm waiting 4 minutes, maybe I'm waiting 5 minutes, but maybe I'm waiting just over 4 minutes or just under 5 minutes. That kind of precision, possible precision in the variable is what makes it continuous. One last example would be the temperature at a specific time and location in degrees. And this is one where maybe we could have some negative values. So numerical data doesn't have to be positive. Maybe we have some negative temperatures. But again, those temperatures, we could have -1 degree or 0 degrees or -0.5 or -0.7 or something like that. Now again, we won't see all of these values, but we could. One more thing to keep in mind is that often when we collect continuous data, we will round it to a certain number of decimal places. So maybe if I'm looking at the temperature, I'm not going to measure my temperature down to 8 decimal places. That wouldn't be practical. And maybe it's even rounded to the nearest 0.5. But the possible values, without that rounding aspect, are still all the numbers in between whatever possible range we could have. So discrete is certain possible outcomes with no possibilities sort of in between the gaps. And continuous is a range of possibilities allowing for the possibility of any number on the number line within a particular spread. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.